What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight! Alright, we're coming back to Nightwish. Yes, indeed. Nightwish fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi bob, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Home Gnome and Snappy. They both want to see me react to this song by Nightwish called Sahara. Now, have I heard this song before? I very seriously doubt that they are covering the Rippingtons tune Sahara, so I'm gonna go on a limb and I'm gonna say no, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, I know this is pretty much impossible, but there's always a very slight chance that they may be covering that Rippington song, at which point I have heard it, but I very seriously doubt it. However, there is a possibility, nonetheless, that I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, they are covering the Rippingtons, are you kidding me? I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I really don't see that happening, but hey, anything can happen in this world.
These are confusing times.
Let's see, this was posted by Ed Joss, okay? And the video has 172,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Nightwish, Sahara, live at Tampa, HD. Cool. Yeah, I'm using the headphones today. I left my in-ears in the car. I did. I left my in-ears in the car, and it is raining cats and dogs out there, and it is flooded, and I really don't want to get soaked. So I'm just gonna use these today. They work perfectly fine. So they just feel a little weird. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
It's a heavy song. One of the, not the heaviest, but one of the heaviest songs that I have heard from Nightwish so far. It's really got that dirgy feel. That chunking, just constant without letting up. It's not fast, but it's constant, man. It is just push, 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 like a march. I like it. I like that feel a lot, actually. Big shout out to Empu on that guitar solo at the beginning. I saw him reach for the tremolo bar, and here's the thing. I gotta give Empu a lot of credit. There's a lot of times where I'll see guitar players reach for their tremolo bar, especially if it's like a Floyd Rose, like a floating tremolo system. And the minute I see them reach for it and grab the bar, I just cringe. I just absolutely cringe. Without even hearing them use it, I just cringe. Because I'm just like, oh God, here we go. Here we go. They're going to go absolutely ape with it and use it way too much and just utilize it in ways that, yeah, it's meant to be used, but just taking it to the extreme in ways that it really doesn't fit the song. Every single time that I've seen Empu grab the tremolo bar, I have not had that knee-jerk reaction. I have not had that cringe because I trust him to not abuse the tremolo system. He always uses it very subtly in ways that are very tasteful. And when he does go extreme with it, on the rare occasion that he does, the song needs it. Like the song needs that deep, or that high pull, or whatever the case may be, whether he's going down with it or up with it. He's got a Floyd Rose, so he can go either way. But the song needs it. Like, I'll give you a great example. You look at Dark Chest of Wonder, for example, one of my favorite songs from Nightwish. In the intro, where if you watch him do the live at Wacken, right? And you hear him, there's that part where you hear the tremolo go down, low, down again, and then back up again. It's because the song needs it there. The song benefited from that action, as opposed to other songs where it wouldn't fit. The song doesn't call for that. And I cannot tell you how many guitar players I've seen use and abuse their tremolo systems in ways that just do not fit the context of the song. And that's why I always cringe when I see guitar players grab their tremolo bars, except him. He's one of the very few guitarists that I don't cringe on. So, big shout out to Empu on that. There's more I want to talk about, but let's get back into the song. Separate breakdowns. I'm gonna pause. Two very distinctly different styles of breakdown. One more of a unsettling type of breakdown. The very first one, I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that was Troy using the guitar to create that ethereal dissonance with his guitar. Very haunting, very, I guess ethereal and haunting are really honestly the best ways to describe it. But really kind of putting people on edge and making the hairs on the back of your neck rise up. Like, are we heading somewhere bad? Are we going somewhere that we really don't want to go? You know, but it never got unpleasant. It not in an unpleasant way, just in a very daunting way. Like, are we heading into like a haunted house here type of feel? Going back into the song and then coming back to this other breakdown where the guitars completely disappeared and it was all keyboard to start us off, keyboard and drums, and then here comes Marco with the bass taking over the main melodic line. Very relaxing, you know, like that release. Like, oh, okay, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be safe. We're in good hands now.
Are you in good hands?
But it feels good, man, with that second breakdown. It felt even better because of the setup from the first breakdown where Troy was creating that dissonance. It felt really nice, man. It really did. Nice job from everybody involved on both of those breakdowns. Vocally, you've heard me in the past talk about the dynamic, the vocal dynamic between Mark and Floor. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. I love the duo. And it's on display even further here. So nothing really more to talk about other than that. I've said it all before. I'm not going to sound like a broken record. So let's see if we can finish this out. We got 1 minute and 57 to go. Let's see if we can end this without any more pauses, and we'll get to the review. Hopefully, we'll see. I love that. The pick. Throw your picks here. Ooh, yeah. Go, Marco. Yeah, got no issue with it, got nothing wrong with it. Fun to watch, fun to listen to. I want to say something, but I don't want people to take it the wrong way. I'm going to say it anyway. Typical Nightwish. They did a great job. I mean, look, I expect that. I expect nothing less from them. And if for some reason they were to deliver less, oh man, would I hammer them for it. But yeah, no hammer today. I'm leaving my hammer over there. It's sitting right there. I'm looking right at it right now. I'm gonna leave it over there because it's not needed. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Nightwish with Sahara. This was a request from Home Gnome and Sappy. All right, before we go any further, we have some announcements. I'm going to be doing these announcements in every single video for the entire month of March. So that way, hopefully, everybody at some point on the channel will get their eyes on at least one of these videos for the month of March, and they'll see the announcements at least once, and that would be really nice. Hopefully, that will, get everybody informed. If you've already seen the announcements, if you've already watched one of these videos for the month of March and you've already seen the announcements, feel free to skip ahead about 5 minutes and that'll get you right about to where you need to be. Okay, announcement number 1. We are going back to the old scoring system. That you guys spoke, you let me know that that's what you wanted. We had the poll and 2/3 of the votes said, yes, go back to the old scoring system. And I got absolutely no problem doing that, guys. I really don't. I am perfectly fine going back to the old scoring system. I did say during the live stream that if we do go back to the old scoring system, there's going to have to be some changes. The number one reason that people were kind of put off by the 5-star scoring system was, and the biggest complaint was that there's going to be way too many 4-star ratings, too many bands, too many songs getting the exact same rating of 4 out of 5 stars. Guys, believe me when I say this, I saw the exact same thing happening. I saw the exact same problem happening. But here's the thing. That problem was already happening with the old scoring system. If you take a look at all of the scores that I've given over the history of the channel, I would say probably about 2/3 of the scores I've given fall between the range of 7.4 to 8.6. Now I know people right now in their minds are going, wait a minute, well that's 13 different scores. That's not just one score, that's 13 different scores. You're absolutely right. It is 13 different scores out of 100, as opposed to 1 rating out of 5. So if you look at the percentiles, 13 different scores out of 100, that's a 13% margin versus a 20% margin that we would have had with the star rating. So that problem already is happening, folks. And it's worse than a star rating. It's a 13% window. Very narrow margin indeed. So during the live stream, I did say that if we do go back to the old scoring system, there's going to have to be some changes. And the change, very simply, is this. I am going to have to get harder. I am going to have to get tougher. I am going to have to make it more difficult to get those higher rated scores. So the best way to do that is to refocus on making 5 the median ground. I think there was just too much focus on people getting the idea that 7s were somehow the median ground, like the 7s were the average. No, that was never the case. 5s were always the median ground. 5 is the average score. It's okay. So we're gonna refocus on that. And one of the best ways to do that is to make every single song start at 5. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Bandmate. I don't care if you're Love Bites. I don't care if you're Nightwish. I don't care if you're Nirvana. I don't care if you're Soundgarden. I don't care who you are. If you are gonna be on the channel and your song's gonna be on the channel, you are gonna be at a 5 to start. Now from there, your stock can go up or your stock can go down. It really depends on the quality of the song. But now, getting a 7, it's gonna be really difficult. Getting an 8 is gonna be even more difficult. And I'm gonna be honest with you folks, getting a 9 now is gonna be pretty much impossible. I mean, you can get it, and if you do somehow manage to get it, you definitely earned it. But getting a 9 now is gonna be, oh man, it's gonna be rough. So keep that in mind from here on out, guys. 5 is the median ground, okay? Please keep that in mind. Now, announcement number 2. The whole reason that I went to a 5-star scoring system was to try to simplify things because I had too many people hearing my numeric score and misinterpreting it and going, well, this deserves way better than an 8.2. You know, that's way too low. And then they're not understanding that an 8.2 is a great score. So I figured if I simplified things, it'd make it a lot easier. And during the live stream, people actually were saying, well, you know, why don't you give, you know, more than just one way of giving the same score? Why don't you give multiple ways to give the exact same score so more people can interpret what you're saying? Man, I don't know why I didn't think of that. It would have solved a lot of problems. It really would have. And for those of you that did attend the live stream, thank you guys for attending. And for those of you that did mention that and suggest that, again, a big thank you to you, because guys, despite the fact that I do try to pretend that I am all-knowing, I'm not all-knowing, guys. I'm not omnipotent. I'm a human being, and I can't see everything, you know? So I really appreciate you guys bringing that to my attention, because it really kind of put things into focus. So I am going to give 4 different ways of giving the exact same score. I'm going to be giving the old score numeric grade, the numeric score, you know, the X point X. I'm going to give that for sure. In addition to that, I am also going to give a scale grade. You're going to get your greats, really goods, okays, pretty goods, you know, not so good. You're going to have all of the ranges there of the grades, the scale grade. You're also going to have the 5-star score, the 5-star rating. You're going to have that too. I'm going to keep it. I think it's a very simple way to keep things for people who like to keep things simple. And on top of that all, I'm even going to give a letter grade for those people who just cannot seem to get their mindset out of grade school. So there you go. You're going to get the numeric score, a scale grade, a letter grade, and a star rating. Now, if you cannot take one of those 4 and internalize it and understand it and interpret it, well then folks, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I cannot help you. This is going to be a rough ride for you. My suggestion, in all honesty, you might want to think about going and finding another channel, because if you can't get one of those 4 guys, this is clearly not going to be the channel for you. So that's the announcements. Hopefully everybody has a chance to hear them and understand them. And now let's move on to the score, shall we? On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.1. Yep, 8.1. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, an 8.1, what does that mean? Well, an 8.1 is a great scale score. It would get equaled out to 4 out of 5 stars. And it would also get an A- letter grade. That's way at the bottom of the A-, but it's getting an A- nonetheless. So 8.1, great scale score, 4 out of 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that 8.1? So glad you asked. I know people were probably expecting me to be much higher in the 8s. And, you know, a year ago, probably would have been. But remember, we went back to the old scoring system, and I warned everybody I was going to have to get a lot tougher, a lot harder. It's going to be a lot more difficult to get those higher scores. Well, here we go. This is a good example of what I'm talking about. It was a great job across the board. It absolutely was. They checked off all the boxes. They did everything that I expect from Nightwish. And there's the word that I want everybody to keep in mind. Expectation. They have set a very high bar for themselves. They really have. So there is going to be this level of expectation. If they were to do anything less than great, I would hammer them. I would have, hey, let me get it. Hold on. Yeah, I would absolutely drop the hammer on them if they were to do anything less than great. Anything less than that, I would just look at them and go, what in the world went wrong with you guys? Like, what would be just fine for other bands, what would be really good for other bands, I would look at them and go, what are you doing? That's not acceptable for you guys. Is that fair? Absolutely not. That is not fair. But you know what? It's reality, because they set the bar for themselves. And no one else set it for them. It's not like I had 1,000 people telling me, oh, they're this and oh, they're this and that, and they're doing amazing things and blah, blah, blah. And then I hear them for the first time and go, oh my God, everybody was right. No, they set the bar themselves through their level of excellence. I expect nothing less. So, not that they did anything wrong here. They didn't. They definitely did everything I expect from them. So they did a great job. It's just, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend to be mind blown by every single thing that I hear from them. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm gonna be real with you guys. This was a great job. It absolutely was a great song. And they did a great job playing it in a live situation. And I'll give them that. But I'm not gonna sit here and go, oh my God, it was the most amazing thing in the damn. No, that's not my style, guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep it real. So I do believe they did a great job. I love the song. The song is, I think, one of their better songs. Simply because of the feel of the song, that dirgy feel, that just constant march, 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 march type of feel to it. Love that. Love everything about it. I love the idea of the two breakdowns. I wasn't sure about it when I heard it. When I heard it during the reaction, I heard both, and I was like, I don't know if I like that. Wait a minute. Now hold on. Let me think about this. And I did, and I thought about it. I'm like, actually, you know what? I like it because there were two very distinct ways of doing it, and they put it in the proper order. If they had done the second breakdown first and the first breakdown second, that would have really left me scratching my head. Because I would have been like, why would you? I guarantee you, if they had been that way, I would have said, I'm going to say now what I would have said if that had been the case. Why don't they switch them? It would have made a lot more sense to switch them, because you would have had this dissonance in the first breakdown and you would have had the resolution in the second breakdown. That makes a lot more sense to me. Well, that's exactly what they did. So I had no problem with it. It made perfect sense the way they did it. Two breakdowns, usually not the biggest fan of that, but in this case, it made sense. I think the reason it worked as well as it did is the breakdowns weren't too long. If they had made the breakdowns like each of them twice as long, I might have had a problem with that. I might have. I don't know. I would have had to hear it. But there's a very strong possibility I would not have been a fan of that. Instrumentally, I already gave Empu all of the credit in the world during the course of the reaction. I really don't want to keep hammering the... I don't want to keep, hammering it home. But yeah, I am gonna say it again. I love when Empu grabs a hold of the tremolo bar. I do, and I don't cringe like I do with pretty much every other guitar player out there, because every time I see a guitar player grab that tremolo system, their tremolo bar, I just brace myself for the worst. I do, because I'm just like, I understand it's a fun toy to play with, guys. I get it, but at the same time, use it in the context of the song and do it tastefully. Empu always does, and like I said, he's one of the few guitar players that when he grabs that tremolo bar, I don't cringe. I don't sit there and brace myself and go, oh God, here it goes. Ah! No, he always delivers with his tasteful playing. Loved the solo that he did. Very simple, very easy to do, but it fit the context of the song. If he had done more, I think it would have taken away from the song, in all honesty. Tomas's keyboard playing, really nice. The patches he was using, the voicings he was using for the song, very appropriate, fit like a glove. Got no problem with anything he did. Nice to see Troy coming up the front with the guitar. That was kind of nice. And in that second breakdown, I'm almost positive that was him. I mean, Empu had his back to us, so I couldn't see what he was doing. I'm pretty sure it was Troy creating that dissonance with the guitar, that uneasy, that unrestful sound that he was generating. I'm almost positive it's him. Really nice, in a very pleasing way. Thanks mostly to the second breakdown where we had the resolve, you know what I mean? The drummer, I believe that is Kai on the drums there. Started really nice. I liked it. I liked everything he did. He looked relaxed in this one. He didn't look like he didn't look like this. He did. I mean, there were a couple times where he did, but where on those laid back, when he was playing back with the laid back parts, you saw his shoulders relax, and he was just kind of grooving to it, like, yeah, man, I got this. Now, part of that is the style of the song right there, the style of his playing more relaxed, so he's gonna get more relaxed. But if you go back and look at some of the earlier footage of him playing with them, when he's sometimes when they're playing those relaxed parts, I mean, this is when he was brand new, he was still like, okay, gotta remember this part. Here, he was relaxed. It was nice to see that, and it reflected in his playing. You could hear it in his playing. It's so funny. You hear all these drummers, you know, it doesn't matter if your shoulders are down or not. Yeah, it does, man. It really does. When your body is relaxed, you're going to play relaxed. It's going to happen. You know, it's a very natural thing, and I like that. And he definitely did it here. Good to see Marco on the bass, as always. I love his playing. I love seeing that vampire, too. It's funny. I was watching him play the vampire. I was looking at mine going, oh, I got one now. My wife spoiled me. I thought I was going to spoil her for Christmas. And I did. I got her some really nice things for Christmas. And then my wife goes and she buys me this. Yeah, yeah, there it is. Yeah, you can see it's a Warwick. It's real. So yeah, she got me this, and I like it. I've been playing with it. Man, these pickups, these MEC pickups, I've never used them before, but I gotta tell you, man, they sound punchy, really punchy. I'll play fingers. I don't like playing with pick. I play with my fingers. I'm not kidding, man. They are so punchy. It sounds like I'm playing with a pick. It sounds fantastic. I haven't played with a pick on it yet. I can only imagine what that sounds like. But yeah, I was watching him with that vampire, and I kept looking at mine going, yeah, I got one of those. And it sounds great. It's always great to see Marco with Nightwish, especially when it comes to the vocals with Floor. Their vocals, man, jeez. It's such a nice blend. Their tones complement each other so well. When they would sing in their harmonies, it was like, here we are. Here we are. This is where we need to be. Floor's vocals on this, typical Floor. I'm not gonna sit here and blow it out of proportion, but it was typical Floor vocals. You always expect a fantastic vocal performance from her. At the very bare minimum, a great vocal performance from her, and it sounded great. It sounded great. No issue with her vocal performance at all. Yeah, so that's how we're coming up with the great score of 8.1. The live show, it looked good. It didn't help the score. It didn't hurt the score. It was just kind of a non-factor. We did see some crowd interaction. We saw some crowd interaction. Didn't see a whole lot of stage interaction, unfortunately. Stage presence was there. Stage energy, not so much. But the presence was there. And the showmanship was kind of eh. So, I mean, like I said, it just kind of canceled itself out. So the 8.1 really is all about the song. So, yeah, let's wrap things up here in a nice, pretty tight bow here. An 8.1, great scale rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.